Another day and another step closer to the Giants' first preseason football game. Today was another very interesting practice, however, just a little bit less intense, more calm, because tomorrow is when the big boys come out, right? We got a joint practice, I believe, with the Detroit Lions. You guys can correct me in the comment section down below if I am wrong. But tomorrow's going to be a big day for the New York Giants. Today was light. And in this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know. We have a lot more highlights, news, notes, observations from another practice here for the Giants. And don't worry, we got you guys covered. Before we jump in though, like we always do, I want to give a massive shout out to all of the Giants media members out there who work so hard endlessly every single day to get the highlights out for us, kind of enabling us to make these videos, because without them, these videos are not possible to make. And I guarantee you right now, if you were to follow them on X, you would not regret it, guys. They're so good. There's also the Giant Take podcast. They're not going to be listed at the top, but they are amazing as well. Go follow them on X right now. You won't regret it. Now, with that being said, let's go through today's practice. Now, again, very light. They're going through some 11 on 11, some 7 on 7s, but nothing was really intense compared to yesterday. But today, Daniel Jones, obviously starting quarterback. Let's just go through the starting lineups for today. So, Daniel Jones starting QB. Devin Singletary was getting the majority of the first team reps at running back. Malik Nabers, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, and then you had Daniel Bellinger getting the starting tight end reps, which I wouldn't say is surprising, but I do think Theo Johnson will ultimately, eventually win that #1 job today. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but Daniel Jones had a drop ball that ended up being an interception. Offensive line-wise, we saw Andrew Thomas. We saw John Runyon. We saw Greg Van Roten continuing to get center snaps. Aaron Stinney at right guard. And then Jermaine Illuminor, who has been one of the best new acquisitions for the Giants so far this offseason. That right tackle position with Evan Neal on the PUP list is still up for grabs. But right now, Illuminor seems like he is in the lead, obviously, right? Defensively, you had Dexter Lawrence, Ryder Anderson, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, probably one of the scariest edge duos in the NFL, potentially. Yeah, I would say so myself. You have Bobby O at inside linebacker. Also, linebacker 2. A little bit surprising here, potentially, for you guys. Isaiah Simmons. What do you guys think about Isaiah Simmons getting some start? I love Isaiah Simmons, right? Hasn't been amazing since coming into the NFL. But the one thing I'll say about him is the versatility is like nothing I've ever seen before. Not only can he play a safety position, not only can he play slot corner as a tackler, a guy who can come up and make big-time plays around the line of scrimmage, but also can play a linebacker position as well. Really good zone cover linebacker, a guy who can come up and gets to the quarterback with the speed. I mean, I really do love Isaiah Simmons, and I'm hoping he could potentially break out this season. Going to cornerback, you got Drew Phillips. Not surprising. You got Deontay Banks, again, not surprising. Cordell Flott, who's been looking really good throughout practice, training camp thus far. And then you have Jason Pinnock and Dane Belton as well. Continuing to see Tyler Nubin take more and more reps as time goes on. I think he'll be a starter for them at some point in time, but not right now. As well as Javarius Owens as well. He's another guy that's quietly been breaking out at camp. Now, we got into some team drills early on in practice. We saw Malik Nabers get a nice little catch on a little bit of an out route from Daniel Jones. Maybe got like 8 to 10 yards on that play. We also saw Daniel Jones target Wan'Dale Robinson a couple of times. Now, one play, Daniel Jones dropped back, looked left, fired a comeback or a quick out, I guess you could say, to Wan'Dale Robinson, completed for probably a 10-yard gain. A couple of plays later, we see some more motion. Now, this one was interesting because we saw guys go all around the formation, from Andrew Thomas going from the left to the right side, Malik Nabers going to the left to the right. I mean, everyone was just moving around, man. I think motion is going to be a key part of this offense this season. Do not be surprised at all. Actually, before we get to this play specifically, do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and we will be covering the Giants throughout the entirety of the offseason. Every single preseason practice, we got you guys covered, one. And then two, during the preseason games, we're going to be live streaming those on my Twitch. That way you can watch them with me, right? Live, react to it, break down the film in live time. It is going to be a great time. So if you want to follow my Twitch, link will be in the description, or you can find it at Matty Dubs with 3 S's. We're also going to be breaking down the film of every game, making sure you guys are up to date with individual player film, offense, defensive film. We got you guys covered. With that being said, let's kind of dive back into the video and talk about another play here. So shotgun formation, had some pre-snap motion. Daniel Jones fires a quick slant to Malik Nabers for a nice little 10-15 yard game. Right, they get to the red zone portion because they were just moving the ball up the field. Jones drops back, tries to hit Daniel Bellinger on a stick route, and ends up being intercepted. Guys, I do apologize, by the way, because the highlights will not be lined up in the video. I know a lot of people complain about that. It is just like some plays aren't allowed to be filmed, so I don't have them, right? So it's also very hard to match them up while I make these videos. So I do apologize for that, but you will be seeing some of the plays in the film. What else do we have here? We did see a nice little Wan'Dale Robinson touchdown. Not really too sure what happened specifically, but again, shotgun formation, looked like 5 wide, empty set, maybe a running back slightly to his left here. Daniel Jones drops back and fires a missile down the middle of the field. Wide open Wan'Dale Robinson, who gets about like a 60-70 yard touchdown on the play. Just broken defense right there. We saw some more pre-snap motion by Wan'Dale going to right to left, back around Daniel Jones, and then they quick fired over the middle. That was eventually broken up by Cordell Flott, intended to Jalen Hyatt. We saw another one to Jalen Hyatt over the middle of the field against Deonte Banks on a dig route. Looked beautiful. Great catch by Jalen Hyatt. What else did we see? Like I said earlier, right, Andrew Thomas started on the left side of the offensive line and actually switched sides of the field and then got beat by Brian Burns for what would have been a sack. I feel like overall, calm day for the Giants. Not too much going on as they prepare for tomorrow's practice. I think tomorrow will be a lot more intense. A lot more will be going on. Obviously, let me know what you're excited to see about tomorrow's practice. I think it's going to be something to see, man. But during today's practice, Daniel Jones went 9 of 11. Did have 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The interception came on a dropped pass from Daniel Bellinger. But man, I'm excited for tomorrow, man. I'm excited for tomorrow. The joint practice should be fun. I'm not sure when it starts, actually. Let me find that out real quick. So it starts tomorrow, obviously. Don't know what time, but what I do know is I will be covering it for you guys. So if you guys want to see tomorrow's joint practice, I'll keep you guys updated with the news and notes and highlights from it. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications, and follow the Twitch to watch their preseason games with me. And I'll see you guys in the next Giants update. Peace.